The gall, the absolute hubris. How dare they interrupt my research? Just because I'm dead? Is it because I'm dead? That's so like the living. Think they can just walk in wherever they want, waste my valuable time, my gear ghost's valuable time. But what are they after? Money? Research? The secrets hidden in the smoke? Oh, Xiphus, we'll show them what happens when they trifle with the Technic League, with Firkus Shoud, won't we?
Perhaps they're here to free your prisoner. Did you ever think of that?
Of course I thought about that, you miserable! I'll kill them all, take back my treasures, throw them in cages with the... or the tank with the... or toss them to the...
Losing track of your defenses, old man? It sounds as if they've got you scared.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me, Harovex! When I want your commentary, I'll ask for it. And I won't ask for it.
Forgive me, Captain Shoud. I'd forgotten you only visit so your monologues will have an audience.
That's quite enough out of you. Eat your little biscuit. I've preparations to make. The next time you see Firkus Shoud, he will be exultant, a conqueror of interlopers.
This is Pot Against the Machine.
Pot Against the Machine.
Welcome back to Pot Against the Machine, the only actual play podcast that can admit to being a few metal skulls lying in a pile of garbage. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
I still haven't admitted that
Hey.
yet.
You can be Golden Crisp instead.
Hello. Acceptance.
What they called me in
Okay.
college?
I am not hearing Zach like at all.
Uh-oh.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
hearing
hearing him.
No.
Yeah, because I keep hearing you all laugh at something, and I was like, what I said is not that funny.
Did you mute me
Interesting.
on Discord?
Zach, can you
Were you just
hear
like...
me?
Did you mute him on Discord? Because we hear
Me?
you.
Yeah, you might
and
have
we
Zach
muted
hear
him on
hears you.
Discord when you were trying to like turn his camera off.
Yeah, and I hear you.
Did I mute him on Discord? I don't know how I would have done that, but
Pretty
maybe.
mean to Zach.
If you right-click his name, is there a little
Yeah,
checkbox
it's-
next to where it says mute under the volume?
No, there's not. Interesting. What is happening?
What's his volume at? Did you somehow turn him down?
It's at 70. Well, it's usually at 70.
Interesting.
Weird.
Maybe if I turn you all
You
the
can
way
hear all the
up.
rest of us, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay.
And you still can... Yeah? Uh-huh.
No, I can hear you now. I don't know what changed.
Weird.
Maybe just moving the volume like
I
really
guess.
reminded
Yeah,
it
that was,
to-
yeah.
Volume.
This is how you...
Oh, right,
crap, I'm
Zach.
supposed to be playing this guy's voice.
Oh, you wanted this?
Who
Weird.
Zach really is.
We were assuming you
Anyway,
didn't
so
want that.
sorry, Zach.
It's okay.
Rude.
Izzy just mutes me. That's, in case anyone's wondering, that's how they get through the app. They just turn me
Just-
down.
And I can
Giving
tell
you a
how to
hard
laugh when
break.
everyone else does too, which is
Yeah, it follows
also
the social
useful in
cues.
life. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
And then the long silence. So previously on the program, what did we do? We explored the Choking Tower some more and finished off the first floor of the Choking Tower, found a library, found another trap in the library that was pre-defeated by the filter masks that the party, of course, had on, and an old spell book with some nice spells, which Brixby ripped out and then just absolutely brutally smashed the spell book in an open position, just crumpling up all those pages in one of the worst book crimes in the history of Galarian. After that, the party decided on a staircase to take to the second floor, where they found an abandoned dormitory, basically. They found an empty bedroom, another empty bedroom, and then, hey, look, metal skulls flying out of garbage, which proceeded to fly across the room, bash into people, psychically pick people up and throw them at other people, and take a long, long time to die. But eventually they did die, days at least later, and the party is still on the second floor. That's where we are now.
Choking Tower University. Go Choking Towers.
Go shouts.
The town.
Shouts.
The
Oh, the
Firkin shouts.
Just the furkiest.
You know, from what we've seen of the guy, he would absolutely name his sports team after himself and be his own mascot.
And then, like, their whole tagline would be like, "Firk yeah," and all of their shirts would say that. Ugh. I'm, like, so
Wow.
annoyed by it already.
No one firks with shout.
Oh, God. All of their
You
sports.
first
more
with the
merch.
bull, you get the shouts.
Firk around and shout out. Okay, I'm done.
No. What
Okay, I
kind
do
of
want that one.
shoes does that guy wear? Oh yeah, Firkenstocks.
He's gonna come out and kill all of us again while we're doing it.
He's gonna come through the
You
screen.
all deserve it.
I know, while we're making these jokes, Sam is just rolling on the random encounter table, aiming for that firk shout.
So, yeah.
So, okay, lots of bedrooms.
Yeah, you're standing in a hallway. There's piles of garbage and skulls on the ground. What's the plan?
We did not finish exploring all the door things, right? We had some opened
Yeah,
and
it was like the second or third when we went in, there was a pile of clothes and the first skull popped out of him, or them. So,
Yeah, and Kira's in.
which I don't remember what direction we came from. Oh, no, I guess the
Yeah,
stairs were down here. So
you
we
were
came from
clearing out the right-hand side, so you did these two doors, and then the one very awkwardly shaped one in the bottom right, and then the skull one came out of the fourth door you tried. So there's one door left over on that side, and then Kira's already in one of the rooms on the other side, confirming that it is also an empty dorm room. And
Are these right here rooms? Because I can't go into these weird
those
shaped rooms.
there
I can
are
go into
closed
this room.
doors there. Most of the doors here are hanging
Okay.
open, but there are where Alwyn is, where Brixby is, and where Asher is. They're by the three closed doors on this floor.
Okay. Well, Alwyn will not attempt to open a closed door by himself on the other side of a hallway from the rest of the party, so he comes back.
Before we explore further, was anybody injured enough to warrant some healing?
If I'd approximate it, I'd say I'm like a fifth down of my general vitality. Like 15 points of them, so it's not that bad.
Still, in the grand scheme of points that get reduced when one gets hit, it wouldn't hurt to top you off, as it were. And he'll dry out the space drug gun, and just kind of give you an eyebrow waggle.
Brixie puts on his Dr. Jacoby, one red, one blue glasses. He's ready.
Oh, it's terrible. On a 2d8 plus 3, you get a total of 8.
Bad shit, man.
Do
I'm
one
kidding.
more. One more. It's not time worn. Oh, so much better. 9. At least you're topped up.
Indeed. Thank you so very much. That is exactly what I needed. Pretty much. Yeah, just a little bit over. So, excellent. So, Brixby is gonna... Thank you, Asha. I was thinking about checking this door right here to the east, beside me. But does anybody need healing? Need to prepare? Need to cast anything before we proceed?
I think he's gone insane from the space drugs. He was just healed, and now he's asking if anyone needs healing.
He means anyone else. Halloween. I don't think he's gone any more insane than he may have previously been. Don't blame
this is
these
all right, this is
pharmaceuticals.
No time has passed since last episode, but I believe were Bricks and I the only two that got hit?
Yes, and it's
think
you
we
that I'm
were,
concerned
yeah.
about, not my healing, because you have.
Oh yeah, no, I
tendency
took
to
4
die.
damage because they threw me at Izzy and missed.
That's what is that, like half of your hit points?
A third.
No, I'm at 50 out of 54.
Wow. Shots fired.
No, because I don't want to resurrect him again, so I'm not going to fire any shots. Yeah, I'm going to instead. Speaking of being thrown about,
No, he just eats one of his fruits that come back every day, so that the minimum on that will heal me. So I'm not
Asher will
even about
pick
to
up.
roll. I'll just mark one off.
Yeah, Asher picks up his revolver before Sam moves on and has it falls through a grate.
To join the
Yeah,
chainsaw.
I'll go ahead and fish that chainsaw out of the grate too, with a magnet on a string.
Oh, that grate was getting so full. It's my favorite grate.
Reloads,
Okay.
guns, etc.
Brixby is. He's probably. How long would you say it's been since we came inside, Sam? We we explored some dorm rooms and then we got into the skull fight.
Yeah, I mean, you're counting from coming in downstairs. I mean, you've been kind of taking your time, but it's not a huge floor, so a half an hour.
All right, cool.
That'd
So
be enough to recast your thing, because what was it, 18 minutes?
exactly. Yep. That and shield using the Pearl of Power, which I will indicate on my sheet just now. But I am back under the influence of old Ramsay, and now I'm going to throw a perception at this door. And for all of that, I roll a 3 for an 18.
On the closed door to your right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems fine.
Oh, freaking open it.
As you open it, I'm going to need everyone... No, just Brixby and Alwyn to make reflex saves as the as metal casing around the central pillar in the middle of the room that's around the spikes drops into the floor and horrible steam comes shooting out. So reflex save from Brixby and Alwyn as they are right next to the pipe.
It's a 13 for a 23.
Alright, that's going to be a save for half damage.
Makes me feel like I probably got it, so that is a 16 for a 21.
Alright, half damage for both of you. I'm going to use the automated dice roller. Why not, right?
Why not?
Why not? Rather than trying to do math.
Do 66, D66.
So that's 32 damage, so 16 for both of you. That's a pretty solid roll.
Oh my god. If that had... What would that have
Good
done
thing we
to
healed.
Alwyn if you didn't save? Would you have lived with
It
64
would have
points
done-
of damage?
No, it was 32.
Oh, wait, is 32 the half? No, 32 is the
16's
full.
half.
Oh,
We're taking 16. Yeah.
thank goodness. I thought I don't know. In this place, I would believe that is half. Oh, ow.
See, how many fruit a day can I do?
So
jeez.
are they in like a cage
times
thing,
food.
or are they
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
I'm trying to visualize this.
Let's see. Can you let me look at what the dynamic lighting is? Basically, like the metal walls around this thing in the middle kind of slots opened in them and steam shot out, and the slots stay open after that.
Got it.
But that's just a spicy kind of area there.
Alwyn is going to throw his last 2 fruit onto himself, since... Actually, he's going to take a step forward so that Brixby is within 5 feet of him, and Brixby will heal 2 points of damage from that.
Yay.
And I am out of fruit that can heal me from more than 1 point.
If you move through that square O spikes, will you take more damage? Should we just like stay put until
Yeah,
it
can
gets
I
disabled?
It's not spikes, it's steam, and it just came out in a puff,
okay.
and now it's gone.
Yeah. I imagine this is the same thing that would have happened in that closet downstairs if Brixby hadn't
It's not super different.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
I would really like better rolls tonight. Roll 20. I paid my due in Forget Me Not. So, yeah. But that's a different universe. Well, I'm going to just go into the room now. Can I go into the room or is it locked?
No, the door actually does open. Let me just...
Grab 14 points of healing on your way out as Asher just gives you a quick injection.
Just a quick
kind.
injection.
And this just reveals a kind of landing where there's stairs to the right that look like they go down, stairs to the left that go further up, and straight ahead of you, another closed door.
All right. I'm going to, real exciting, throw another perception at this door. Am I rolling the right perception here? Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe not that much, because
Nice.
that makes me uncomfortable, but that's a nat 20 for a 35.
Seems safe, this one. You're pretty confident.
All right. Yeah, something steamed hams joke, but this door is absolutely safe. And can I open it?
Yeah.
All right, I open it.
Popping open this room reveals a small room containing a large metal tub, a sink, and a toilet, all of which are separated from one another by crumbling wooden partitions.
Just kind of looks like a privy something. Folks want to come and look in here, see if they see anything.
I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I need to investigate these facilities. I'll keep my eye out for danger. And Asher will have his +1 pistol with a mundane round out in one hand and the space drug gun out in the other. Because that's how that's been going. And he'll have a readied action if a hostile thing appears within 25 feet. He'll shoot it deadly.
Or he'll accidentally shoot it with the healing gun. That's always a
I
risk.
rolled a 15 for a 30 for bathroom inquisition.
Well, checking out the bathroom, I think you'll find that the plumbing still works. The tap, when open, water comes out. And if you turn the tap on the left, hot water comes out. So that's pretty cool service. That's probably a bit of a novelty in most places in Galarian.
Witchcraft.
This bathroom is so efficient.
But also, stashed under the sink in the kind of vanity, it looks like somebody was squirreling some stuff away. There is just a pile of, looks like gold leaf that's been pried off of furniture. There's silverware. There's, crystal goblets and jewelry and stuff just all, shoved in a pile and, wrapped up in an oilcloth. Like somebody was looting things and stashed it away here.
Provided that it doesn't look like a very evident trap itself, I believe we take it out for examination.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a trap. It
Yeah.
just looks like somebody's stash.
If we run a detect magic over it, do we get magic out of anything in the pile?
No, it's mundane valuables.
Okay. So somebody just stole all the silverware from downstairs and hid it up here.
Somebody wasn't going...
Sam's
That's why they put the
character.
trap in the kitchen.
Sam's character from Call of Cthulhu after all of the copper pipes. Well, this might help begin to replenish our stores in the back. So, do folks... It looks like we found another way up down here. Do folks want to go back and check those other shut doors? Also, we can aid another on perception rolls, so it's not the, Brixby roll show, because I know I'm a rogue and this is rogue time, but not only is that an excellent bonus for Brix, but we can all Scooby-Doo around every corner together.
Yeah, if you're doing a sort of pooling of resources becomes like an aided perception roll. Or if you're afraid of nat ones, you can roll separately. Basically.
Yeah, I might help with that because that's basically the only way I can do anything perception related with my -2 is if I help Brix's.
Well, cool. Let's anyone feel strongly about any of these other doors?
This one,
Yeah, there's 2 doors left here. One you can see the other side of, basically. Like, it just led south, where from this stairway chamber, so it's just a second door into the same room. The other one, you don't know yet.
Everyone, listen, I know I was really gung-ho about I can save us, I could do this, but we can do this. You don't need saving. No one here needs saving. You're all incredible and powerful. Can everyone just come and look at this door with me? You can either help me or your own perceptive endeavor.
You can stand in a straight line directly in front of this door I'm about to open.
Asher aids with a 21.
Aids with a 16.
More aid. So
All right.
much eating.
Our powers combined, 35, which is the equivalent of Brick's rolling a nat 20.
This door seems to be safe. I think everyone
We all-
together feels good about that.
Man, I'm just getting the best vibes off this door. I don't really know what it is, but it just makes me feel real safe. I don't know if it's mostly because it's a beaded curtain and not a door, so it's virtually impossible to trap. But
You say that.
Reaches out his hand to brush the beads aside and throws razor wire.
Yeah. I don't know, why would you tempt Sam like that?
The beads
it-
animate and strangle you.
oh no. My stand is beaded curtains. No, it's is the door unlocked?
It is indeed unlocked.
All right, let's proceed on in.
Opening up this bulkhead door reveals a room filled with crates and boxes, walls covered in shelving and holding linens, cleaning supplies, and other mundane tools. There's also a strange, cocoon-like object made of tightly wound strips of wire and metal ribbons affixed to the highest shelf on the curving northern wall.
Can we engineero that from a distance?
At seeing it, Asher immediately will stow the heel gun and draw the revolver filled with adamantine rounds.
Yeah, you can roll an engineering on that particular fella.
Knowledge.
Dirty 30.
Ooh, far better than what Bricks brought to the table.
I don't think you can make heads or tails of this weird thing from where you are.
Oh no.
Probably just attack it.
What harm could a bunch of wires do in a incredibly cursed and trapped tower of death? It's literally destroying an entire region with its existence. Might as well take a peek. Asher will enter the room.
And it doesn't seem to be moving. It's just chilling up there.
Okay.
Detect evil.
Yeah.
Doesn't detect as evil.
Detect Mago.
Doesn't detect
Is
as
there-
magic either.
I have a stick to poke it with.
Can
I
we
just-
can we like percept it more while we're in? Are there any additional rolls that we could do to like learn more about its existence, or did we just bork the only rolls we could?
I think maybe if you're gonna like take a long time to examine it, but you'd probably have to like have it in hand. Like maybe you could try to figure something out. But
How big is it?
it's like about the size of a human fist.
Oh, it's tiny.
Yeah, it's just,
Everybody,
it's a weird little thing up on the wall.
Let's move out of the room for a second, if folks wouldn't mind. Brixby's gonna also go back to the doorway. I'm gonna try to manipulate this at a distance with magic, see if that does anything. I encourage people to kind of get behind me a bit.
Before he does, Asher does like his best to just kind of peer at it now that he's up close and not across the room looking over Brixby's shoulder. If you'd allow a new engineer roll, it might not be enough, but I did get up to a 31. And now I'm like up close to it.
I don't think that like that's really enough of a change circumstance. It's also not enough to identify it, but
Well, that was a 17 off the die, so it can't get much better for old Asher.
If I got a natural 20, that would be lower than what Brix got the first time. Okay, so that's out.
Everyone cool with the mage handing it a little bit and see if it just
Yeah.
ponder
it.
Yeah, smack it with a mage hand.
Alright, I'm gonna lift it up with mage hand.
How strong
10
is Mage
pounds.
Hand? So it doesn't have like a strength rating because this thing's stuck on the wall pretty good.
I think it's just a 10 pounds. Like, it can lift 10 pounds, I believe.
It can probably lift the ball itself, but it's like kind of the metal has like worked itself into the stone, so it's going to take somebody kind of ripping it off there.
He's gonna turn and say, it's stuck. The metal is inside of the stone. I don't know if this thing is alive. I don't know if this thing is dangerous. None of us can make heads or tails of what it is. If anyone can think of a different way of interacting with it, short of trying to remove it from the wall, I welcome. Because I actually think that if we try to pull it off, it might provoke something. Maybe.
Probably shouldn't shoot it then, huh? Because
I mean, you could.
Asher has never used utility shot. He could scoot an unattended object. So I'm not attempting to damage it, but see if I can dislodge it.
I
Just scoot
I
it.
wonder if that's going to come under the same problem as the hand, because it seems like it's a roll to move it, and I don't know. Does that give you like a roll against like something that's held fast?
Yeah.
Same as at a sword and a stone situation. Do we need? It's a strength check. It seems like there needs to be some brawn.
It's a strength check, but I think Asher could probably shoot it off the wall with utility. I mean, is that like an attack roll or?
So scoot an attended object. I do make an attack roll against if it's mechanically tiny or smaller, which a fist size sounds like it should be.
Yeah, it's mechanically tiny.
Yeah.
Then a tiny unattended object, if this is considered an unattended object, has an AC of 5, so long as I don't hit a nat 1. Because if I hit it, then I don't damage the object, right there, but I can move it up to 15 feet farther away from the shot's origin.
Do you want me to swarm with you for comfort, or should we switch places?
Well, I suppose there's little harm in giving this a shot. Literally. And Asher is going to dump the rounds out, because I'm looking at conservation of ammo. Dump the rounds out of the ghost salt revolver, load a single mundane metal cartridge, and shoot. And as long as I don't roll a 1, I can't miss it once I get within range, and I just need my technology to behave. But I'll step in and 15 on the dice. It's too late. It can't put the bullet back in the chamber.
I was going to say I'm readying to emergency force sphere if I'm hit with a ball of techno bees. That's it.
Why don't we get a damage roll on this shot here?
No.
There's no damage.
Ah, that's right. It is no damage. So, Asher takes a step, squares up, shoots at where the cocoon is attached to the wall, and it pops free and tumbles down, bouncing from shelf to shelf, and rolls to the floor. Nothing comes out of it and kills you.
Cool. Hey, nothing came out and killed us, Asher says as he loads the ghost salt cartridges back into that revolver.
So, excellent shot, Asher. When you said in hand, could I mage hand this over to our faces and we could be like, or you mean we're picking it up and we're rolling it over and doing the
Yeah, you could mage hand it.
massage? All right, I'm a mage hand that closer to it. Any objections to me mage handing and bringing this a bit closer via magic? All right, come on over. And we're gonna. So, what roll are we allowed if we're gonna roll it around with our hands and minds?
I think if you're taking a little while to closely examine it and looking it up and down, it's going to be another engineering check.
All right, let's do this.
I don't know if you want to arrange any aids or anything.
It's probably too late to declare now that I've seen that result.
I mean, Alwyn could always
yeah, I can
also.
see it.
But yeah, I was going to say Brixwell has the highest bone,
Does not aid.
but
The 4 on the die, so do not aid.
well, if you allow the aid, I have it. If you don't, then I just don't add value.
Well, is your bonus better than plus 10?
Yeah, my bonus is I guess I don't even have to roll. My bonus is a plus 14.
Yeah, so you aid automatically.
Actually, am I a plus?
Which,
Oh, I'm a plus 6, so I actually aid exactly with a 4 on the die.
all right.
38.
38 total. What you're looking at is a technological item known as a nanite cocoon. A small cloud of nanites often spins a protective shell around itself. Generally speaking, to preserve their programming in case they are separated from whatever they're designed to do and stored for a long period of time. If the swarm decides that basically it's going to be lost if it doesn't go dormant, it'll spin up a little cocoon and lock itself inside. And that looks like what you've got here.
So
Let's throw it into a fire and leave.
if we threw it at an enemy or at Alwyn's quinceanera, knocked it open or something, could we are they friends, or are they an autonomous nanite swarm that is furious that you opened their cocoon house?
It's impossible to tell
Yeah.
from outside the cocoon what they're programmed to do.
So they could either be a living version of what we've been injecting to heal ourselves, or they could be those things that tried to kill us when we went into the other tower.
I say we shut the door and leave them in here. I don't know how anyone else feels. I don't believe there would be beneficial healing nanites in a place like this.
Could we use them like a grenade?
Yeah.
Can we huck them at the ghost?
I want to take it and throw it with us because I am just super curious.
I'm just afraid it's going to hatch.
Yeah.
I mean, fair. Look, it's fully logical to be afraid of it. In game,
Yeah, I'm worried at
Don't
some
touch
point
it.
someone's going to drop it and it's just going to explode into nanites and they're going to cover us and kill us.
Oh, this thing feels pretty solid. You're not going to break it by accident. The strips are made of glaucite. It's got some solid hardness to it, and if you're not dropping it on adamantine spikes, you'll be okay.
So can it open itself? Do we have an idea of what could trigger it out of its torpor?
If the nanites happen to sense somehow in their dormancy, the thing that they're programmed to do, they could activate and sort of hatch. Or, like, if you crack it open, like, the nanites will activate, and you don't know what they'll do.
Like, so, like, a real dark part of me, like, my toxic trait is that I feel like I could throw this inside of our bag of holding and figure it out later. But that is my toxic trait.
Is it?
Yeah. Would we know either from Zach's role or just from like the way stuff works in general, if it's in the interdimensional space of the bag, it doesn't know what's going on outside of the bag, right? Like we could be standing a foot away from what should trigger it, and as long as it's in the bag, it should be fine.
Right. It's in a separate plane. It has no awareness then.
Toss it in the bag.
Quaff the bard. Put it in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, this could be
Put it in the bag of
terrible
tricks.
idea. Or we can let Denvaya and, Father Guy look at it. They've been really convenient at identifying things.
I think we mail it to the Daily Stag and say that it's a geode.
Go ahead
Send a
and
little
pop that
hammer.
right open.
They love geodes there. It's
True, it's their
the
one
only
vice.
fun you can have in that place.
Hoskett always did strike me as a geodude.
Ha! I like that. That was good. I like that one. Delightful.
Thanks. It was good. Alright. So, twisty staircase. So, nanites in the bag. They won't respond to anything. Should make that clear. Like, these, if they have a trigger, they're not going to notice their trigger if they're in the bag. There's a chance they could be useful, but I really couldn't imagine Furcus being like, oh, these are my Furcus sound murdering nanites. I hope they never come out of their torpor and are thrown at me. But we don't know. He's into Xiphus. He might like accidents like that.
Maybe they killed him, and that's why he's a ghost. And then he's been hiding out, not going in this room. Probably not, but in any case, I suspect that the downward set of stairs is the other stairway that we didn't come up from the ground floor. So, presumably, we could go up carefully another level, making sure the stairs aren't trapped, or you step on a step and then the whole thing collapses like it brought down to the first floor and the ground opens up and it's filled with acid. Classic.
Classic. So you preferred the spiral staircase because that allowed the potential for combat. Does that stand? Would you like to continue to use that one?
On this floor, the only way up is the that landing over there with the straight staircases. The spiral staircase only stopped at this floor.
Too bad. Too bad if you
It
do.
got me.
Pranked, bro. Pranked. Alright, well, we should probably head up these stairs.
Which one is going up and not down?
The ones looping towards the left are going up.
This one? Oh no, left.
So
I know what directions are.
if you all want to leave your tokens alone for a moment so I can drag you over to the appropriate part of the map.
Without perceptive.
Just stop touching things.
When you start a remote session to fix something on someone's desktop and they can't stop touching their mouse. Oh, man.
It's a dirty 20 perception as we go.
Oh, yeah. Where are we on the map?
Oh, there we are. Oh wait, no.
Stop.
We were back on the first floor for a second. I saw us.
Yeah, you were on the first
saw
floor.
that.
It's a big map, and I was zoomed in too far, and things happened. All right. So now you're on the third floor. Right. Everything is correct. That's perfect. So the flight of stairs ascends to a large atrium. You can see across the way from the top of the stairs is a light going farther up. There's also the ceiling above you in this room is open to the floor above for at least a 15-foot kind of semicircle directly above the space between the two stairs. While there are doors on the south and east walls of the atrium allowing access to other parts of this floor. There are short messages written above 3 of the doors. The air in this room smells strangely acrid.
Don't like that. Anything we can roll on knowledge acridity?
Like alchemy, maybe? I was going to say, because I think Jeff should have craft alchemy. Would that help?
It's actually going to be a knowledge planes.
Not concerning.
Oh, hey.
It's from the plane of perfume.
Oh, no.
Guess who has a +8 in that?
Of acridity.
The plane of axe. It's like Axis, but that's a 22 for Brivy.
25 for Alwyn.
Pretty solid rolls. I think between the two of you, you get the sense that this is like the telltale vapors that come from an achiari. I can't say this word.
Do you want to write it?
Achiari.
Attaché is the word you're looking for.
I'm gonna paste the word, and one of you can figure it out because it has too many vowels.
Achiari?
Sure.
Acalari.
Which is an extraplanar and not extraterrestrial predator and scavenger. From hell. Just a little heli-do.
Well, hell do.
Smells a little like a heli-do in here.
Heli-do?
But do we know anything about this? The accolades?
Apparently, Akirai? Or Achirai?
It's pronounced heli-do, and or Hell's Vultures if you're
No.
Yeah, I
Sure,
think between Brixby and Alwyn, you get a good 3 questions about a natural datchel.
Questions? I was
Axolotl.
thinking attacks, defenses, special abilities, but we could have anything else.
Yeah, that's usually the best ones to go with.
I know that from listening to you all over and over again.
We can also ask 2 and bank 1 if people need to know lowest rolls or lowest saves or something like that in the future.
I'm uncomfortable with change.
That's it. All right, we asked
Does
those
anybody
3.
other than me really target saves? And I pretty much just target will if I'm going to do it.
I mean, I have a couple things that target saves, but not a
Okay.
lot because it's not really what a trickster is for. But there's, I have a couple spells that target will. You target fortitude as well with Bone Shaker.
Yeah, I have two spells that do fortitude, and everything else does will.
I find the
Nothing
lowest.
actually, wait, no, I do have
questions.
one reflex because my is reflex.
Yeah, and I mean, I have lightning.
yeah, we
bolt
can-
and stuff. So
Yeah, let's bank one and let's do special defenses and special abilities.
Well, the only special defense it has is spell resistance. Other than that, it's wide open to just be killed, like one does. The special ability that it has is something called a black cloud. The heli-do can exhale a cloud of choking toxic smoke 3 times a day. When you get hit by that, your flesh starts melting and rotting, and your mind starts to erode away. It's rough. It's not a great thing to have happen to you.
Fortunately, we have those masks, so probably cover up the rest of our body skin with that.
And delay poison Camille.
and one of these scrolls that Brixby pulls out that is Gust of Wind. And he tucks that. He's holding it in one hand now. He is brandishing the rolled scroll. Let's keep our eyes out. there's helly-doos about.
Yeah, hearing that, Asher will do some ammo swapping with his bandolier. It's really good radio, but he wants to have a revolver full of mundane cartridges, not wasting the precious other ones.
How far up is the next floor in the atrium? Like, how far up is the next? Is it like 10 feet between the floors, or is it...
Oh man, you're gonna make me scroll up and see how tall the ceilings are in here? Because I know it says it somewhere. I know it says...
I am a nearly level 10 wizard. I always need to know how high.
The ceilings within the choking tower are 20 feet high, except where otherwise indicated. In this case, it's indicated where there's a big hole in the ceiling, so it's 40 feet high.
So someone could theoretically... I'm just saying, like, we have the ability to chuck something onto the next floor through the atrium, theoretically, right?
If you wanted to do a chuck, you could chuck.
So, like, Kira, if you wanted to reach into the bag and throw a fuzzy ball up 40 feet to the next floor and see what happens. I mean, look, we don't know what the creature is. We don't know the effect of its spell. If it's up there above us in the atrium on the next floor, maybe we'll get lucky and get Elon back. Worst comes to worst, we have a confused boar or puma running around on the next floor, right?
Well, I'm worried it'll get hurt, but I guess they aren't real animals, and we'll toss out 79. Once again, I do not have the...
I feel like that's probably the leopard again, right?
No, I don't think that's the leopard. I think it's...
Oh.
No, because leopard is 85 to something. That's the boar.
It's the boar.
We got the pig back.
Elon.
Can it be the same pig? Like, is it obviously, like, do we notice that it's the same one? Like, it's still got a bit of demon stuff to it or something?
Are you're throwing this ball?
I'm throwing it up the staircase as far as I can reach up the staircase. If you want me to make an attack roll up the stairs.
Well, are you throwing it up the stairs, or are you throwing it, like...
Oh, not up the stairs, into the
up
room,
over the ceiling.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Up over the lip of the banister.
So
or
just
whatever
like a
to try to
skyhook,
land
kind
it
of
on the next floor.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type deal here.
So would that be like against an AC 5, but with some cover?
I don't think you need to roll, because, I mean, you can throw it up that high, and then it doesn't specifically matter where it lands.
Need to hit a specific square, yeah. It's just got to get up on that floor.
I will say that, like, within a second of doing that, you hear horrible noises of, like, screeching boar and horrible bird-like creatures with, just like the hint of devilishness as they just go nuts, screeching and snapping and eating Elon Tusk.
Oh, no.
Like,
No, that one, if he's screaming, his
brutal.
name is Boary Taylor. If we're going to continue to make new metal jokes.
Elon Musk in a new metal band that I don't know about?
No, I made a Slipknot joke by calling him Boary Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's even better when you explain it, though.
Well, luckily, I'm sure he managed to get at least 2 or 3 hits in, so hopefully one of those will have lower health when we go up there.
We did it.
Valiant.
It's not going down without a fight.
Alwyn is going to kind of glare in Brixie's direction and say, I don't think it worked.
I mean, well, yeah, I was gonna say, man, I believe it worked. That let us know the location of the, as we would call it, hell vultures. I believe that's what you said. Yes.
I said they're called Akirai.
Well, Asher will now ready in action, assuming these things will swoop down looking for more food. We may have drawn their attention, but at least we did determine that the next floor doesn't hold good things for us, although if in the chat for Boary Taylor, you'll be missed. We hardly knew you.
And as you are talking, you do hear the sound of something big lumbering its way down, like squeezing into the stairwell and just like squeezing itself down and plodding away think it's time to roll for initiative.
I do love how many times you said squeezing.
It's just a little
Mechanically.
squeezy do. All right. What did Asher get?
Matt Ups gets a nat 20 for a 25.
Nice and fast. How about Brixbo?
Mad Rats gets a 16 for a 24.
And Alwyn.
Mad. I got nothing.
Mad
but he got a
fruits.
20.
Mad.
Mad fruit. Yeah, there you go.
What's the number though?
A 20.
And Kira.
Kira's just mad because Izzy rolled a 2 for a 7.
I'm sure that's fine. Asher, you go first. And something hefty is coming down the stairs.
Stairs heading towards us. Stairs going up on the map. Is Kira in front of those, or is that the opposite stairway? It's hard to tell.
Kira's in front of these stairs going
Okay,
back down.
Sweet. Then, Asher will take a 5-foot step to the... Oh, Lord, he sees it. Northwest, and sees what may or may not be...
Oh my gosh.
Heli-do.
Why does its neck
A
have
heli
legs?
do?
Now, this, to give you a description of what you're now just seeing for the first time, this is, it looks like a 15-foot tall flightless bird, but like its head and body are fused together in one huge unit. So it's just like giant face coming straight through, and then it's got 4 little chicken legs, and then little atrophied wings, and it's covered in like thick, oily black plumage, which is mostly hiding like its tiny little wings that totally can't fly. And it's grody. It's not a friend.
I feel bad for this thing.
All right, just ate a pig. It's happy.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if that pig were to be unsummoned, does it stay full? It smells like hell, looks like hell. We're just gonna take a guess that it's evil, and maybe that's judgmental. But Asher is going to level his revolver at it, smite evil, and then do a deadly aim rapid shot. 3 mundane bullets coming at. Oh, the hell you do. Pretty bad rolls, guys. It's squeezing, so take that into account. Check it and see.
And flat-footed.
Yeah, so the lowest one was a 9. Nope. It's a 10 because of point blank shot against touch. Does that hit its squeezing flat-footed touch?
It does. It's a large creature.
Awesome.
It's easy to touch.
And
I think it should really get a touch AC bonus because it's taking up so much less space
You know what?
while it's
That
squeezed
only
into the
makes sense.
stairwell.
I also didn't add, because I don't know for sure if it's evil. I didn't add that into those
It's
numbers.
hella evil.
Oh, dope. Then I'm going to do some hella evil smiting damage once I find where my D8s went. Found them. So that is going to be 3d8 plus 30.
That's a lot.
That was the plan. Just awful. 38.
That's a lot of damage.
And it would bypass any DR if it had any. We learned that it shouldn't if the smell test was correct.
Yeah, it's not dead, but that was a big chunk. It didn't like being shot 3 times.
Oh, good. I'm glad it didn't like it. Oh, it's here, it's big, it's ugly, and now it's probably rather angry at me, but that's all I have for now.
Brixby.
All right. Brixby is going to Well, I guess 5 foot step doesn't show it enough, so Brixby's gonna move. Brixby's gonna swarm with Alwyn. That seems good. Brixby's gonna make a general northwestern movement to move in Alwyn Square. I would like to use my last question to know what its lowest save is.
Its lowest save. Oh, its lowest save is will. It's not a willful hellbird.
Brixby is going to look at this creature. Oh, man. No, because I can get free sneak attack. I'll leave that up for... He's going to shout that out. It has a weak will. I'm talking about you. And Brixby is going to cast a Scorchy Doodle at it. So I'm gonna roll to hit.
Bye, birdie.
Its flat-footed touch. Let's hope. It's also got spell resistance, so it's not ideal. So that is a 20 to hit its flat-footed touch with the first ray. Alrighty. So a spell resistance roll now. That is a 24.
Alright, that'll cut through.
Alrighty, I will start the second process and see if the second one hits. Second one zooms out, and that is just a 10 versus flat-footed touch, but I believe that actually does work.
Flat-footed squeezing touch, that will hit.
Oh, this is going to be sweet. Alright, so do you need fire damage and sneak attack damage separately?
Not for this bad boy.
Alright, so this first one is gonna... I guess I'll just roll it all together, eh? So,
So many D6.
this will be satisfying. Between both
sixes in there.
Yeah, between both of those, so that's 4 for the Scorchy Dew, 4 for the sneak attack on 2 rays, Sugar Ray and Sugar Ray Robinson, just so if you need to distinguish, and that's 55 points of damage.
And down goes the hellbird.
Its will may be weak, but its ability to be shot with Scorchy Rays is even weaker.
Quick question. You said when I threw the pig up there, we heard the sound of birds, plural, attacking it? Was that what you said? Or bird?
Oh, yeah, it definitely sounded like there was more than one up there.
Okay. So I was going to say, that thing went down real easy, and I'm now remembering that it sounded like you said there were multiple of them.
Yeah, definitely glad I used a smite, one of my 2.
I don't know what you're talking about, is
But
it?
it was really big and in my face and scary in my defense.
You know, I was assuming that was like a boss one, there were going to be tinier ones with it, but now I'm wondering if they're just all that size and they're just meant to be like health sponges and we rolled high.
There's just hundreds of them. They just keep spawning.
It breaks into like 10 more when it dies.
So that is Brivo's turn. If we're staying in a knit, that is.
Alright, Alwyn, anything you want to do? The bird's dead.
Halloween is going to ready to cast a spell if another one comes down the stairs.
You sure about that wording? Because in the next moment...
If another one appears.
A second one of these birds hurls itself over the balcony, falling to the ground here, taking non-trivial amount of damage because it cannot fly. It lands prone in front of Alwyn. You can cast your spell.
Okay. Brixby, you and I are moving next turn, first thing. Thing I'm going to do is roll for SR. I have a +8 for this particular spell. That is a 15 or 13. It's not a good die. Nope, that was a 15 there, so that's a 13. So that is a 21. Does that beat it?
That'll get it. Very close, but you got it.
Then he has to make me a reflex save, which I know Will is his lowest, but this was the spell I was thinking of for the other one. It would work good if they came the stairs, and I said that was the spell I was readying, so...
Before that does actually provoke the old chomperoo
Oh,
from the bird.
would I have cast defensively then in that case?
Ready?
I didn't know it.
It's kind of weird with a readied action.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have cast defense. Yeah, so he
On the plus
They
side,
have
it's
to-
only a 15 to hit with the bite.
against regular AC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, so that doesn't hit then.
All right.
Yay! So I don't have to worry about trying
Well,
to
we
roll
dotted
to beat
our
damage, which is always impossible.
Now, reflex save, you said?
Yes, a reflex save. You're aiming for a 19 or better.
24.
Okay. So he does not fall into the pit that is created in the 4 squares that he is occupying. So I'm not sure how exactly that works.
Oh my god.
Just
But it
All
says
right.
flapping those
they
little
go
wings.
If they... It is...
He's just flops over, just rolls to the side.
Dimension in a creature must make reflex save to avoid falling in. Yeah, that's all it says. So I guess it's just kind of like doing a Van Damme split over it.
And sadly, it already used its movement and is prone over the pit, so it cannot move again, but it is going to try to chomp Alwyn a second time. Natural 1. These poor birds. And I didn't even go like, oh, I can spit a cloud. Yeah. You know, it could have. It could have just spit a cloud, but... Yeah. Kill it, Izzy.
So the bird is still.
Oh, wait. It has to roll to fall in the pit. Because it
Oh, because
couldn't
it's
move.
ending its turn there.
Yeah. That's a 15.
You get a +2 circumstance bonus, so
Fail
that's
in the
oh wait, that's a
pit.
17. So yeah, you still fall in.
It falls in the pit.
Down in a hole.
And it can only go to a maximum of 50 feet, as we discovered last time after I tried to do more damage than that. So, is it 50? Actually, or is it 30? I think 50 was what I tried to do, and it could only go to 30. Hang
I
on.
think it's 30 for just the basic pit.
Yes, it is 30, so only 3d6. 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. The bird is prone in the pit. It's not happy. Kira's up.
I mean, can I reach it?
No.
Okay, so I guess I will ready if another approaches, I'm going to attack it.
And I can I make a free action?
Oh, because
to warn my party member that they are near a hole.
I think it's funnier if he can't warn Kira that she has to make a reflex save to not
She
fall
wasn't in the
hole.
goat demon fight, so she hasn't seen these things.
Oh, I see. Well, if I do fall in the hole, makes it easier to attack.
That's true.
Am I making a
Spoken
reflex?
like a
I'm making a
true
reflex.
Basically, the way it works, anybody in any of the squares surrounding it, which you and I and Brixby are all in right now, if you end your turn in those squares, you have to make a reflex save. You get a +2 on top of whatever your reflex is. And if it's a 19 or low, I mean, if it's under a 19, you fall into the hole.
Well, that's not going to be good. That's a 4 plus a 10. Actually, I guess not even a 10 because I'm not yet raging. So that's well under. What did you say? 19?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Guess I'm also in the hole.
you fall in the pit,
Yeah.
and you also take 3d6 of falling damage. If you want to roll that, Jiro.
This episode is not.
You can make an.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I rolled lower than I did against the bird, but it's still 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'll take that because I must. And
All right, fun turn.
I fell in a hole.
All right, Asher, you're up. Kira and
Oh
the
my.
Hellbird are in a hole.
Just fell from the sky and then fell into a pit. Is that the only other one? And Asher's gonna kind of nervously look up to make sure there aren't any other ginormous birds kind of hanging on the top rope, ready to jump down. Basically a perception. See if he hears any more flapping that isn't coming from the pit below. Only a 13 probably wouldn't be enough anyway. Kira,
Yeah, you can't see any. Oh, there might be bird seen
kill
out
it
there.
good. Next turn. Asher is gonna ready if any of these heli-doos, whether it's the one currently in the pit or otherwise, gets within 25 feet and appears within 25 feet, he will shoot it with a deadly aim shot, and that's it for him for now.
All right, Brixby, you're standing next to a pit.
Bribby is
You can jump in.
yeah, right. 5 foot step to the southwest and is going to ready a spell for if he can see a demon bird, the devil bird, the heck crow.
All right, Alwyn.
Alwyn is going to first off move away from the pit. He's going to kind of move off this way. It's going to be a little harder for him to see anything coming down the stairs, but it's not in anybody's way and it's away from the bird. So he will do that, and then he is going to ready. Oh, that's a fun one. Okay, he is going to ready a spell, and that will be his turn.
All right. Well, on its turn, the Hell Crow that is lying under Kira is going to open up its horrible black beak and belch out a cloud of noxious fumes all over Kira, who is currently under the effects of Delay Poison Communal, and this is a poison effect, so nothing happens.
Yay.
So, yeah, and then it's gonna stand up, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from prone Kira.
Great, we'll take it. What am I taking for being prone?
It's a -4 for being prone.
Yeah, -4.
So what is that?
They had to swing from the ground as Vargas.
Yeah. 14 plus 15 on Ricky for a 29? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Great. With the gravity clip, that is still 3d6 plus 16. Because I still have not been raging. Still not raging. I'm upset, but not raging. 3d6. 13, 16, 2, 9 again? 29 again.
28 hit points left.
Ah.
The bird goes down.
Well, the bird is already
Oh, I think
down.
I just put the X on Kira.
See? This is what happens when you
bird.
fall inside of holes. You get dead.
Yeah, so just a giant dead hellbird just flops over on top of Kira, hitting her in place, and she
At this
suffocates
point,
and dies.
yeah, I
in
think we'll
the-
just hang out here for the
Okay.
for the rest of the tower. You guys will be fine, right? I'm just gonna... I'm out.
Yeah, we are out of initiative. That appears to be all the birds.
And after another 6 and 7 is
42.
Yeah, 42 would be total what we did. So it would be after 36 more seconds, the hole disappears and Kira and the bird corpse both pop
Unfortunately,
back
she's
to the
launched
ground.
100 feet in the air and she takes 10d6 falling damage. Asher reloads. Says, well,
And
that
the bird
was
lands on her.
not as dangerous as I'd expected. Are you all right, Kira?
Yeah, the thing coughed in my face, but I think we're good.
That's the spirit. These weird birdlings holding on to any, I was going to say earthly possessions, but helly possessions.
Strangely, no, just bird viscera and extraplanar boar viscera as well.
How did they get here?
Maybe they're just trying to match the theme.
I was thinking something similar. We've seen other things that Soud has done here that are very wide-ranging, but all deal with smoke, fog, poison. Maybe he summoned these for the same reason.
He's a collector.
It's true, he did bind Sahasho. So we know that he is capable of summoning and keeping them here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we have a couple doors on this current level 3 from where I'm standing.
There's 4 total doors. There's this. Yeah, there's one up on the north side that's not labeled, and then 1, 2, 3, each of which has a plaque over it. And those doors are a little bit different. No, never mind. They're the same.
But they have a plaque, you said?
Yeah, those 3 doors are labeled, the 3 southern doors.
But this one is different?
Yeah, this northernmost door just looks like all the other doors. The other 3 are labeled.
Okay, so
Are they common?
maybe we read the plaques, yeah?
Yeah, they're in common. For this one, up on the northeastern side of the room, it says Lab 1, Alchemy. On the one that is sort of southwest, it says Lab 2, Fluid Siphoning Research. And then the one where you have to kind of go around a little corner, down here, is Lab 3, Gaseous Ooze Research.
Hard pass. That's a hard
Can't wait to
pass.
go into that room and fight whatever stupid thing is in there.
Pretty sure room number 2 is where they make all the goo tubes.
Yeah.
Fluid extraction.
All these rooms.
Oh, the gaseous goo ooze.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a real fun room.
Yeah,
fight the
do you not
thing with-
enjoy the gaseous passion fruit goo tube? It's actually one of my favorites, but I've been saving it for you, because I thought fruit was your thing. It's like carbonated. It's like if they put pop
That's-
rocks in there.
Or fermented is what you mean.
No, yeah, it's like that, but it's also like in its gooey, viscous nature, they're all popping inside your mouth, and it's just...
Gross.
Anyway, so... which door do we want to go through?
Maybe the unlabeled one. Maybe that one is, has Cassandra Lee in it.
Yes, Lab 4.
It is interesting that
Body
that
fat.
one says nothing on it.
I agree. Let's all Scooby-Doo this, gang.
I aid.
Do not aid.
Hero?
Aid.
Ready. That's 32 with the aids.
Does not appear to be trapped.
Bribby pops it open.
And that reveals a 20-foot long hallway that heads over to a spiral staircase that leads up.
Looks like another way to get up. Want to check these labs, maybe. What do you think? Big stuff.
I think we should check the lab doors in numerical order for reasons.
Alright, let's do it, gang. Alchemy room, please help.
Aided that time. 13 for an 11. That is an aid.
22 to aid.
31. Aid.
Brings us to 24.
Seems safe.
2 of the aids were higher than the roll.
It's true. The only reason why Brixby is the primary on these is because of the ability to see magical
you have
traps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would let other people be taking point on this. But if Sam's like, you don't see anything,
Well, you still have a decent perception.
Yeah, I think you still have the highest.
Got a heck of a lot
so-
better than -2.
I do have the highest, but it's still me rolling. So, all in all, so we have 22.
24, I thought it was.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be
22.
trapped.
My bad.
Still doesn't seem to be trapped.
Hey, Brivy's gonna
That
pop it
you
open.
know of.
Up in the lab.
Popping open this door reveals a narrow chamber that actually extends off to the left 5 feet, and then has another door in it. This door is the door that looks a little bit different from the others. It has a window in it.
Another perception check before looking through that window, before even approaching the door, maybe. This is real good radio. Roll time.
Hey.
Roll tide.
Ew, go Tigers.
How many do we add to the 30?
Open the 8 on
I
this
ate.
too. Just for regular percepties. I do not.
Hey,
34.
It seems safe. It also seems like this door is locked, unlike the other ones.
Does someone want to come peek through this window? The door is not trapped, but it is locked.
should probably be the tallest person.
Agreed. As Asher will. I was hoping we'd do that thing where we both try and go through the same time and we get stuck in the hallway. Oh, oh, oh.
Brixby is canonically the tallest right now because of his disc.
Oh, that's
No. That's enhancement. It's banned.
So 22 perception looking through the window.
Looking through the window, you can see a tidy laboratory of sorts. There are tables, shelves stacked with jars and baskets. No visible signs of anything moving in there. It just looks like a lot of equipment.
Well, it's well kept. Doesn't seem to be anything moving in there. If you want to give it a go, you certainly could. I don't know what our plan is. Do we want to just check the other 2 rooms before we decide which to unlock, or do we want me to step aside and let you do the thing with the tumblers and the disabling?
I like the idea of giving the go that you described there. Let's give the go. Roll a 13 for a 30. 13 going on 30.
That is not enough to disable this second door, but I think Brixby gets the sense as he's messing with it that this is a kind of airlock situation where the second door is locked very solidly as long as the first door is opened.
All right, everyone. So, it's very difficult to open this door while that door is open. It's like a person trap at a data center. So, we always have to have at least one IT joke in every app at this point. Floor's all sticky in there.
As an IT crowd.
Well, let's go in together then. If it's alchemy and I have the most alchemical knowledge, it seems that I could be well suited to ascertain if there's anything of interest or value.
We could get 3 people in this room, probably, right? I could swarm with 1.
Here we go.
Can the 4 of us fit in here?
2
Are we
in, 2
squeezing?
out?
Can we squeeze in?
I don't see how you can fit 3.
Oh,
let's
somebody
Well, you
roll
can
with
fit-
you 2.
3 because Brixby can
Oh,
share a
Brixby can
square with
swarm,
somebody. Yeah.
he can. He can spare a square.
I say Alwyn stays out. Big stuff comes in.
Okay, by himself?
And the birds come back to life.
Brixby looks through his bag and produces. Tick this off. Produces a scroll and hands it to Alwyn, putting away his Gust of Wind scroll. Actually, keeping his Gust of Wind scroll out. This is I don't really use these anymore, but I still have one. Actually, I may even have the potion still. Yeah, dude, I give you my potion of invisibility instead of the scroll.
Nice. I will put that on my sheet.
You can drink that if there's trouble, and then put yourself in a pit. Hide at the moment. So we leave plenty of fresh water for Alwyn before we shut the door.
And some treats.
After you
You're
shut
leaving a
the
cat
door,
at home for the weekend.
Yeah.
after you shut the door, you hear the lock engage automatically. So now at this point, both doors on both sides are locked, and this 10-foot hallway has 3 people crammed in it. And while you're standing here, you feel magic rush over you as your clothes are cleaned, and you're just basically like you're bombarded with prestidigitation, and the air, all of the air through the room is like rapidly cycled out and replaced with new air, like you feel like the whooshing of it. And then after about 18 seconds, the lock on the door in front of you comes undone.
Alright, we open the door. Everyone ready? I guess everyone brandishing what they need to brandish before I...
Yep. Mundane
Stuff, yeah.
revolver one hand and ghost salt revolver in the other, because just what we need is Furcus to come up through the floor here and be like, "Get out of my alchemy lab!"
Now he's gonna show up and murder Alwyn out in the stairwell.
Oh yeah, you left him wide open.
Don't worry. I took the See Invisibility page of his spellbook, if that's his, so you can't use it anymore.
Though this does reveal a large, tidy laboratory, which Asher couldn't smell, that it smells bad. You know, just like chemicals that have gone over and maybe eaten through like the corks in their bottles. It just smells like a gross place. But there's tons of stuff in here.
Time to Perceptido. I guess, like, before stepping in the room, I mean, for like Trapedoes. And then we search. So, before we proceed through this doorway, I guess you already told us it's not trapped. Is that unnecessary to also be like, is this trapped? I'm so broken by this room.
I mean, I think scanning the room, it doesn't look like this is trapped. It looks like a lab as opposed to like a sort of brick of a room like the kitchen was.
Alright. Looks like it doesn't seem like we're gonna get furked up if we come in here, so come on in. Furking is a thing.
Of course. Yeah, Asher steps in as not gonna start, licking anything. But he does, approach the tables and as much as he can just by sight, maybe shaking a bottle here or there carefully just to see, viscosity. 25 craft alchemy.
I'm gonna aid him real quick. I auto do.
Asher, I think, realizes with his alchemist's eye as he's going through this that there is a lot of salvageable equipment here. You could probably make like an alchemist kit out of this stuff. There's also 3 potions, some kind of magical potions. There are a bunch of pharmaceuticals, looks like the kind of endorphin leftover space drugs that have been around for thousands of years but are still good. What the main thing that is special about this room is, like, it looks like with the right know-how, this could totally function as like an endorphin medical lab for like making space drugs yourself if you learned how to do it.
Jesse, we need to cook. Just love the idea of Alwyn and Brixby making space meth for Sam's Call of Cthulhu character in this linked universe here.
Well, I don't quite understand the process yet, but I think all of the equipment we'd need is here to make more of those nanite canisters to power the healing guns. Maybe that's what's in that cocoon. Just a bunch of, ready to go ibuprofens.
Oh, man, none of us have the feat, though. The craft technological item or something like that, right? That's its own feat.
Yeah, that's the feat.
Yeah, there are several.
Oh, yeah.
There's technological arms and armor, there's technological items, and I think there's a third one.
Drugs, man. Drugs. So what about, you mentioned pharmaceuticals and you mentioned potions. So does that mean that somebody could roll an engineering and someone could roll spellcraft to try to figure out what kind of things we found?
Well, I think for the pharmaceuticals, we can roll over that alchemy. You can see one of these things is a cardio amp, which is a potent drug that can revive a recently deceased victim. If administered to a corpse within 1 minute of death, the victim can immediately attempt a fortitude save to be restored to life, automatically stabilizing at -1 hit point. Multiple doses injected within that 1 minute period can grant the deceased additional attempts at revival. Each additional attempt grants a cumulative +2 bonus on the fortitude throw. So, as with most effects that revive the dead, a creature restored comes back with 1 negative level. Only works on bodies that are relatively intact, not bodies that are dismembered, horribly burned, or otherwise mutilated. It can also be absolutely deadly injected into a living creature, which you should keep in mind. If you inject it into a living creature, they have to succeed on a fortitude save or have a heart attack.
Oh no.
So that's a good one. You got one of those. Let me just pop back over to my thing. You got 1 dose of Cure-All, which is an item that gives you a free saving throw against a single disease or poison effect currently afflicting you. It can also restore ability damage or a limited amount of ability drain. And let's see what else we got. We've got 3 doses of grade 3 Hemochem. Hemochem basically gives you fast healing. So grade 3 Hemochem gives you fast healing 3 for 1 minute. Those are solid. And then the last thing is 4 doses of Torpinol. Gotta find Torpinol. Torpinol is a serum. Yeah, that is the truth serum.
Yeah.
You got 4 more doses of truth serum.
Brixby kind of biffed his spellcraft with a 3 for 19. I don't know if that gets it. I mean, I guess, because they can only be level 3 spells. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, they can only be level 3 spells, so that is DC 10 plus the caster level?
Yeah.
Or 15
Even
plus
if it
the
was
caster
15,
level.
I'd get it, because it's a 19 roll, so. think that's it.
So these are 3 potions of gaseous form.
Ooh. That is very much on brand. I would like one of those, please. Just one of them. I only need one.
I'm gonna end up finding out that this guy got killed by Galarian Batman. Like, he is absolutely a comic book villain.
He's a little bit of a comic book villain, and I think as you're checking out this alchemy lab, enjoying all your good stuff, the stuff that could have saved Alwyn just a day or 2 ago.
But it couldn't because he died from horrible burns.
Horrible
That's
burns.
true. It wouldn't have saved him.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked on Vargas either because his head was smashed into pieces.
So this is fine.
Oh, well, it's fine then. You didn't lose anything. It'll work on Kira when she gets horribly killed by the thing in the next lab.
We have a 0% track record on leaving bodies that are intact enough for this to work on it.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm going to bed anyways.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Night, Sam.
Good night, Kid Vulture.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by our own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Otherwise, everything else seems to be good. I'm looking at my waveforms. They look nice. You guys can hear me well.
Okay,
I can hear you well.
Now I'm talking. There it is.
Let's,
this is how I talk.
She
Normal
sells
waveform.
seashells by the
This is how
seashore.
I sound.
Plosives, mouth sounds.
Normal talking voice.
Hoping we're all getting
talk
understood
like
this
this.
on recording. We must
This
be.
is how I
Otherwise, why are you
Talking voice.